Heads up. If you have kids around,
parental advisory is in effect.
This is the Bonus Bone Podcast with Lamont and Tonelli.
It's like water torture.
Baby Huey.
Chasta.
Welcome back to the Bonus Bone Podcast. Chasta, Lamont, Tonelli, Baby Huey. The whole
What's happening
gang here this week.
All right.
Doing a behind-the-scenes Bone Bash recap. I'm going to start off with my favorite story of the night that no one witnessed besides Baby Huey, and no one will ever really believe it because we didn't get it on video. It's so unfortunate.
What happened?
Okay, so if you're new to the program, first of all, welcome. You missed a hell of a show at Bone Bash. So we had Rob Zombie,
it was a great
Alice
time.
Cooper, co-headlining.
It was sold out, right?
It was sold out. I mean, it was
You might have been able to get 10 more people in
maybe
the grass area.
Can't imagine where they would have gone, but maybe. And then Ministry and Filter. Amazing show from the beginning. So we, behind the scenes, we're backstage. We're running around like chickens with our heads cut off. All of us. We're all over the place trying to accomplish stuff. Baby Huey and I were like, let's go find a good bathroom and go pee one more time before we have to run out and do all kinds of stuff. So we snuck down to the bottom of the stage, underneath the stage, and went near the catering area.
There's a bathroom down below the stage?
Yeah.
That was a tidbit from Nikki Black.
Yeah, Nikki Black told us where it was.
course.
So we went and found that.
I mean, she knows the ins and outs of that place.
She does. She works with Live Nation all the time, so she had the inside scoop. So Huey and I are walking down the stairs, right? We're just chitty-chatting. We come around the corner, and this is a regular stairwell, okay?
So this is basically where the dressing rooms are,
Yeah,
down
it's
below.
underneath the stage.
Down in that hallway down there.
Yeah. So out of the dressing rooms, up the stairs, comes Alice Cooper and his entire band and his wife in the whole Marie Antoinette getup.
Yeah.
And they're walking up the stairs.
Nita Strauss is all decked out.
Nita Strauss, all of them, every single one of them is coming up single file right next to us, shoulder to shoulder. And I didn't know what to do. I was like, hi, have a nice show. Have a nice show.
Did you say have a nice show to them? Oh, my God.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Have a good show. Hey, have a good show.
You forgot.
And were they going, who the hell is this?
No,
we had met him. We had met him.
But
previously.
Rob Zombie was in front of them leading the charge.
Oh, I did forget that.
Yeah, Rob Zombie. So
it was him first.
Yeah, leading this whole line. They're all coming up the steps together. And
It
we're
was
coming
a
out.
parade of rock stars.
But they're looking at us side of their eye. Like who are
why
these
are they
people?
here?
Why are they here?
Yeah,
Why are they in our area?
It was such an accidental Wayne's World moment. And I swear I almost hit the deck and was like, we're not worthy. It was so close, but
Wow.
How
don't
many
want to
people
be
have
that
done that
person.
to Alice Cooper already in
Exactly,
life,
that's why
right?
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So I was
He
like,
said years ago he came by the studio and he says every single day of his life someone says we're not worthy.
I'm
He is
sure.
so tired of it.
I'm
That's
sure.
great.
But they all walked past us, and then Huey and I just looked at each other, locked eyes, and we were like,
I was ready
That
to take our VIP pass and go show it around.
It was such a moment. Anyway, nobody
That's
will ever.
incredible.
Yeah, it was really, it was the most backstage moment I've ever had. Like it was an almost
Have a
famous.
good show.
Yeah, have a good show.
I said the same thing to him during the meet and greet.
You did.
I
Okay,
did.
good.
Hey, nice to meet you. Have a good show.
So, along with Alice Cooper, I've got a pretty good story that no one really knows.
I love the golfing story. I don't know if that's what you're going to tell him.
the golfing story.
You guys were talking about his golf game. At the
Oh,
Olympic
yeah.
Club.
He's a big golfer.
Yeah.
You offered
Oh,
to want to go golfing next time.
Big golfer, the Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
Gunga Galunga. So when we were standing there, and they had the meet and greet, and by the way, the meet and greet now, people pay to
big
meet
time.
the
Yeah.
artists.
Yeah.
So Paul and I were standing there because we didn't know if it was like a meet and greet for our listeners, but I'm thinking, wow, this line is really long for people who are all lined up to meet the artist, right? So Paul and I are at the front of the line introducing ourselves to everyone.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Lamont Tonelli for 107.7 The Bone. How
Have a
you
good
doing?
show.
And what brings you here? Oh, we're here to meet Alice Cooper. And I go, and where do you live? So the first person was from the Bay Area. So we got talking to them.
Sure.
They listened to the show, right? So I'm thinking, wow, we must have given away a lot of trips. So the next person, hi, how you doing? Lamont
And
Tonelli.
we were doing our little personal meet and greet with
Yeah,
everybody.
every
Great.
single person that was lined up, and they were lined up to meet Alice Cooper.
Well, the reason you did that is because we had to go last.
Right.
Right.
So you were at the meet and greet to the
But
meet
we
and
were
greet.
first in
We
line.
were like a pre-meet and greet.
A Walmart greeter.
So, hi, how you doing, Lamont Tonelli? Here to meet Alice? So they thought we were working with Alice Cooper,
Yeah, they
right?
did.
My
It was
God.
And
hilarious.
they go, yeah. And people are so excited. There's one woman, she was almost crying.
Yeah.
I'm so nervous.
Shaking.
I go, where are you from? Oh, from Sacramento. So they have no idea who we are at
Right.
this point, right? So we have a conversation with them, and this goes on. There are probably 10 groups coming through. So then all of a sudden I see our listeners against the wall, but they're afraid to come up because there's 2 people still in line, but they're 3 people heavily engrossed in a conversation. So I'm thinking, well, let's move this thing along here because we have our listeners waiting, right? So I go, excuse me, are you in line to meet Alice Cooper? Because I think you guys are next. Well, this woman kind of got, I think, a little pissed off that I would do this to her. And she goes, yeah, do you know who I am? I go, I have no idea. So she goes, who are you guys? I go, Lamont and Tonelli from 1077.
I think we asked her if she was a big Alice Cooper fan. You big Alice Cooper fan?
Yeah, so hey, are you here to meet Alice? You a big Alice Cooper fan? You really don't know who I am? I go, no idea. She goes, I'm Alice's wife.
Yeah. I'm his wife.
And she did not want to be rushed to go and bring her 2 people to meet Alice.
Oh, my God. It was hilarious.
So she goes with the 2 people, and I think she was pissed off.
She was so annoyed
Right?
with you guys, I'm sure.
So
I didn't know who she was.
Well, how would we know? I don't know what Alice Cooper's wife looks like.
Because somebody said that's Alice Cooper's wife.
So the next person in
no
line
idea.
goes, you guys really didn't know? I go, no, how am I supposed to know? So that person goes, by the way, I listen to you guys all the time.
Oh, that's funny. So they witnessed that moment.
They witnessed it. Yeah, so there's only one other person that witnessed that.
It was pretty damn hilarious.
And
is
then
really
I saw them walking later, and she was dressed as Marie Antoinette. Yeah.
She looks great.
So apparently she's like an old ballet dancer.
She is, yeah.
Right.
I think she was like international ballet dancer, like from the New York Ballet and traveled all over.
She's still pretty skinny.
And and they've been together for a really long time.
Yeah.
Like
37 years, she told me.
Oh, 37. I
Yes,
knew it was a long time.
exactly.
Yeah.
When we were standing side stage, she was sitting there doing a bunch of work.
She was working the teleprompter.
Yeah.
She
all the
was.
songs are on teleprompter.
I have video of her running the teleprompter. 'Cause
Right.
that was one thing. I mean, that's one of the cool perks about our job, let's be honest.
You get to
is
see crap that you
nobody knows happens.
So she's working the teleprompter for him and is like on word for word and changed the page. Yeah. I found something else. I mean, the Alice Cooper band is like a family affair. Apparently, his son-in-law plays guitar for him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who knew?
Which
See?
is so
You
cool.
didn't know that?
no.
Yeah. Dude, Nita Strauss, by the way.
Oh!
Holy shit, that girl is fire.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew she was, but I've never seen her live.
Yeah.
And yeah. And
Great
her,
guitarist, great looking, too.
Oh my God, she's phenomenal looking, and her guitar skills and her arms, arm goals. She has like the Michelle Obama arms. You're just like, oh my God.
That's cool. She came back after touring with Demi Lovato.
Yeah, yeah. No, she's a badass. I will say the guillotine moment I saw from the front. I wish I had been.
I
where you
watched
were
it from the
standing.
side stage.
I filmed it from down front, but you saw it from side stage.
Yeah.
So did you see like how they?
Oh,
pull it
yeah.
off?
I saw exactly how they do it.
That's so funny.
It's freaking phenomenal.
As a true Alice Cooper fan, that's a fun moment. I mean,
it is?
Yeah, like
I kind of suspected that's how they did it,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it was backed up. I saw exactly how they did it.
Alice Cooper's twirling skills too, with his like little
With the
cane
cane?
thing and
Yeah.
stuff. Like he really puts on a phenomenal show. It's
He's a
like
showman.
He's the best, I'm
it's
telling
like a
you.
Big time
Las
showman.
Vegas or Broadway style show with
Yeah.
rock and roll.
So when I met Alice Cooper backstage after his wife got all pissed off at me, when we walked in, the first thing I said, "Welcome to my night."
I know. That
I'm
was
sure he loved
hilarious.
I think he goes, "We're not playing that one today."
That's awesome. And then
We
you
don't
brought up
play
the
those
Olympic
songs
Club.
anymore.
He
Yeah.
did light up about golf though. Whenever
Yeah.
you brought
Yeah, he
up the
did.
Olympic
He's a
Club.
big
I said,
golfer.
"Hey,
Yeah.
next time you come to town, we got a way to get you on the Olympic Club." He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "That's a great course. He's played it before."
Mm-hmm.
And he
Like
goes,
he needs our help to
Well,
play
yeah,
it.
exactly. But he goes, "Yeah, but on the road now, before a show, we only play 9 at the most."
Yeah.
So that I
I'm sure.
guess he was like somewhere else and on the bus, and he couldn't free up the time. I go, "Hey, you just call me next time."
You call me.
We'll get you there.
Yeah.
I know a guy that knows a guy.
It's cool to see people backstage too. Like you run into rock stars. We went to see Phil Dimmel and Marta Dimmel were there, and so we ran up to say hello to them. And then I turned around, friggin' Brad Gillis, Night Ranger,
was hanging out there.
What?
Yeah.
He was right there by
Couldn't
where we
see
were
him. Show
standing.
me. I didn't see him.
He
I was
came-
like, say hi to him.
He came later.
It was later.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was standing right by where the meet and greet was.
So the guy who is the road manager for Rob Zombie.
Oh, that guy. I think his name was Paul.
Yeah.
What an incredible
How
story.
can you not remember his name is Paul? Your name is Paul.
This is the guy with long hair.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Incredible
He was cool.
story.
Real good dude. He's a Bone listener. Well, he's been listening to our show in high school. That's amazing. And quit high
down
school.
in Mountain View, I think.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Mountain View. And quit high school to go and work on, and I forget what band it was. I think it was Y&T.
It was Y&T.
And quit high school because he was a drummer, auditioned for a band, and another guy came and he goes, dude, you're such a great drummer. I can't believe you didn't get this gig. I know there's an opening for Y&T that I'm not good enough for.
Wow.
So he recommended that guy try out for Y&T. 10 days later, the guy called him up on his machine. Goes to show you how old it is.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, I appreciate you recommending me. I got the gig, and I want to hire you to be my drum tech.
Yeah.
And he quit high school.
He quit high school.
And has been with rock and roll ever since.
Wow.
And he's the road manager now for Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy
Is he
story.
the guy that kind of saved our ass with the whole stage
Yes.
announcement?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yes.
another thing that
Get
went
into
on
that.
behind the
That
scenes.
was
He
wild.
kind of opened the door for us.
Oh, love
So
him.
what happened was, and I'll give you a little behind the scenes on this. So Paul and I come walking back because we're there for this is a very eventful meet and greet. So we get there 10 minutes early because I didn't want to miss my chance to meet Alice Cooper.
Right.
Especially when I found out people are paying $600 each to meet him. So yeah, you didn't know that?
No,
I knew it was expensive. I
It's
didn't know.
$600 a person.
And there was like, what, at least 50 people?
Oh, I
By
bet.
the
Oh,
my
way,
God.
that's cheap compared to what some other people pay for other bands.
Yes.
I have heard some people pay $2,500 to $4,000 to meet some bands
That's
backstage
insane.
for a meet and greet.
Wow.
So anyway, we get there a little early because I don't want to miss my chance. I freaking
Right.
love Alice Cooper. It was my first ever show, which I would imagine he really appreciated hearing that from me. Hey, the old fart told me that I was his first concert when he was in junior high. So we're back there, and all of a sudden, some guy who was some kind of manager for who knows, I don't know who he was a manager for some kind of theatrical company, or he was in charge of the sound for everyone. So he says, oh, what's everyone backstage for? I says, well, blah, blah, blah. And then we have the stage announcement. He goes, you guys don't have any stage
Oh, I
announcements.
remember that guy.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I'm in charge.
He was.
So
was a
Nikki
little
was
bit
there
anal.
too. Nikki
Ruler
goes,
of my own
well,
universe.
it's the Bone Bash. It's our concert.
Right.
We have stage announcements to make. He goes, no, it hasn't been approved by me.
Yeah.
And she goes, but it's our concert.
And it was approved. It just wasn't approved by him.
By this dude who thinks he's
he
the
ruled
fucking
everything.
god of the universe in charge of all sound systems. So then he starts, listen, when one band gets off, then it switches to my iPad. And then my iPad goes to another iPad.
He was going over the
Everything's-
whole
And he goes,
process.
and everything's on the iPad. And you listen, we can't turn it on because they're turning off those mics. And I will not turn on my iPad for that. So meanwhile, I don't want to argue, right? Because I figured, what freaking good does that do, right? He's not going to I'm not going to get into an argument backstage
But
and work
Nikki Black
myself
was there,
up.
and she will
She
argue.
argued. Oh, it was great. It didn't matter what he said.
Nope.
She came back at him with
Yep.
something, right?
Absolutely.
So what did I do? I just texted Chasta and Andrea, and I go, you're not going to believe what's going on back here. This guy says we don't have any stage announcements. And I just saw one text from Chasta that goes, what?
Like, oh, hell, here we
So
go.
you
Gotta pick
guys
your
worked it
battles.
out later, and I guess we worked around the guy with the iPad, the almighty iPad, in
Yes.
charge of the microphones.
Yeah, well, because there were two different systems. His iPad was
Right.
one system, but then the other system, which is the pavilion itself, can override. And so
Right.
that, I mean, it was all cleared. Everything, you guys know how organized we are.
Yeah.
Andrea and I had a plan. It was to the minute. This is what's
Right.
happening, when and where and how. Everything was approved. And
Yeah.
that guy was like, no,
But that's the behind
you shall
the
not
scene.
pass.
My iPad does not approve of this.
But then the road manager came to the rescue.
Yeah, so the guy who listened to us.
Give it up for Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, good guy.
I think his name was Paul.
It is now. What were you going to say? You had something on the tip
No,
of
I
your
was just
tongue.
thinking this backstage is how chaotic it was with all their equipment and the props that they use on
Oh,
stage.
my God.
Oh, the props.
Well, they had 12 semi-trailers backstage.
Yeah.
And the really cool thing, and Chasta, you remarked this to me.
Yeah.
You've never seen them move that amount of equipment during the show.
It was between each song.
It was like an orchestra.
Yeah.
For
It was.
Alice Cooper was on. They finished with that big Frankenstein
Yeah.
friggin' deal. Well, all of a sudden that was broke down into the truck before they finished the next song.
Yeah. I mean, that was spectacular. If you had like a drone that was just hovering over the backstage area and could watch all the people, they would be like little ants.
And the coordination.
Yeah. Pushing skulls, carrying literally a box of a snake. Like it was.
Oh, the box of the snake. Oh, thank God I only saw that on the picture.
I know.
If I would have seen that friggin' box of a snake, I would have fucking shit my pants and went home.
It was sitting over on stage left, and I walked around I don't have a problem with snakes, but I walked around the corner, and it was snake. And I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
There were clowns, though. I do have to say, there were clowns. Did you see them?
Was one of the members painted their face like a clown?
In Ministry.
Yeah, okay.
Or no, was it Rob? One of the two. I can't remember. But
Yeah.
one of the members, one of the guitar players, I think, had his face. But there were clowns. So when you go backstage, too, you see all the open guitar cases, right?
Yeah.
Which is super cool.
Yeah.
Because in Alice Cooper's guitar case, they had... Hailstorm. Did you see the Hailstorm poster? Because he and Lizzie are like good friends.
Oh, okay.
And he had like
yeah.
a Hailstorm poster, and he had clowns
Well,
and
baby
like
doll
a baby
head.
doll with
Oh, I
like
saw the
spikes in
baby
his
doll head.
head.
Yeah.
That was trippy.
For $1 billion babies.
For $1 billion babies, and then the Kermit. What was the guy that we were standing with that was so funny?
Nikki's friend.
Yeah, well,
I'm not
everyone's
sure.
Nikki's friend. She
I know,
knew
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
backstage.
She knew everyone
He's
backstage.
the bass tech. He was the bass tech.
Oh, the bass tech, and he showed us
for
Zombie's
Rob
bass
Zombie.
tech.
Yeah.
I mean, basses.
Yeah.
He
There were
was
like
really
14 basses
Yeah.
Were
for
there
Rob
really?
Zombie. Yeah.
Holy
Including the
shit.
one that the eyes light up like
That's
a
right.
clown.
That was cool.
Oh, yeah.
When we were watching Filter, he was setting up the microphone.
He was the one that grabbed Kermit the Frog
Yeah.
and was like dancing and stuff. He was
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
really
He was a good
nice.
dude.
He
Yeah.
is a good dude. That whole crew, actually, I do have to say, because there are times, I won't name any names here, there are times at Bone Bashes where road crews can be tricky. They can be like the iPad guy, but
Yeah.
like all of them.
Yeah.
And so trying to manage around a stage crew that just
true.
wants you to
They're
get
all
that.
thinking they're so self-important.
Yeah,
Mr. iPad guy.
And it is
But I think if you stay out of the way,
as much as you can.
you know, the good guys realize you're trying to stay out of the way,
Right.
and then they're accommodating.
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, there was one guy that was like almost rolling over me. The guy on stage left. He was like, get the fuck out of my way. But no matter where I went, it was that moment where I was like, I couldn't get out of the way because
Shorter guy with glasses behind the console.
and push it. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he is kind of a tight ass.
And
Yeah,
the
he
thing
was-
that happened this year,
He was that way with everybody else.
asshole.
He was, okay,
Give him
that's
an
good. That
iPad.
makes me feel better. What happened this year, though, that normally doesn't happen with some of the bands that we have are the danger zones on the stage, like the pyro pots
Oh,
and
yeah.
things like that. Like they're normally like, we just go out front and it's no big deal. They literally were like, you can't go here, you can't go here. That's why we had to be right here.
I wasn't told that. I didn't pay attention
Oh my
anyway.
God,
I had no
you-
idea.
Because the huge curtain that fell down,
Yeah.
like nobody can walk underneath that.
Yeah.
'Cause it's an insurance issue. Like there's all kinds of stuff like that. I know. That's
I
why
might
was
have been
like,
under there. I have no idea. I didn't listen to anything.
And the guy behind the console,
You never.
we're about to go out for our stage announcements, and it's one of the last tunes, and we're right by the
He
edge.
starts
was right
screaming,
behind
what are you
you.
doing?
I know.
What are you doing?
Oh, he was freaking out.
And
We're like,
the only reason
"Dude,
I
we're
was
just standing
walking
here."
up is because there were so many cords there. I didn't want to trip over the cords. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
wanted to kind of manver around.
And then fall off the front of the
yeah,
stage.
He's
exactly.
done that at the shark thing before.
Yes, I have. Fell into the shark mouth.
So just trying to prevent that from
Oh,
happening
that's
again.
one of my favorite
Little
moments
preventive
of all
measure.
time. Oh, God. It gives me the giggles just thinking about it. All right. Did we hit all of our stories here?
I don't know. Did
Baby
we?
Huey? Oh, big shout out, though, truly, to Original Joe's. They catered
Yeah,
our
food
Oh,
was
VIP
my
great.
party.
God. The food was fantastic.
I do want to make sure we give them
Mariana,
some-
Benjamin, and Jimenez.
Yes.
Yes.
And the food. I mean, I personally loved the quinoa salad with
I'll
the
give
kale.
you a great story on Original Joe's.
Yeah.
So they wanted to take pictures. And I go, yes, I'd love to because I love Original Joe's. Maybe they'll have our picture up in the restaurant finally.
That's a goal.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Like Tonelli's parents.
so they,
It's a true story.
So they were standing on the cement pad where the food was set up, and behind that cement pad, there's like a drop of maybe a foot. So I stood behind them so I could get in nice and close, and I said, "Tanel, stand."
Come stand behind her. Yeah, you don't want me dropping down a foot, that's for sure.
The only thing you would have
Where'd he
seen is
go?
his hand.
Where'd he go?
Well, he has a really long arm now.
Oh, by the way,
Speaking of the long arm.
the crew thought that was the funniest. The crew
course they
from
did.
Original Joe's Oh, look, Paul can't stand there because he's short.
Yeah, even though I was taller than all three of them.
Oh, damn. Oh, snap. Yeah, can you just stretch out your arm for the YouTube?
So that all had to do with the wide angle lens.
Yes, okay.
Being so close to it, right?
I guess so. It's the wildest thing.
It's a crazy picture.
Let's post
It
a
looks
picture
hilarious.
of this tomorrow
Yeah,
or
we had-
with the podcast.
Yeah,
the
good-
picture of Paul's arm.
Yes, with
Okay.
side by side with an alien because it is the most
It
alien
looks like an
hand.
alien
It's
arm. That's
very-
the first thing I thought of. It's like beep,
Very
boop,
alien-like.
bop.
Stretch
I thought
Armstrong.
Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four. You're like
Yeah.
stretching out. Hi, everyone.
His arm is long.
Yeah,
Your
it's
Like
bad.
the
fingers are
lice
long.
on The Incredibles.
Yes, I
Stretchy
know.
arm.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, that's exactly what it looks like. We'll
It-
post
it
it because
is,
it's
uh,
fun.
The
Abnormally-
fingers your fingers look like they're 12 inches long. That'd be the only thing 12 inches on your body.
Long fingers, you know what they say.
But also,
my
Chasta,
God.
we got to do a cheers with Chalker.
We did.
That was cool.
yes. Shout and true story. That's on my bucket list to hang out with Chalker. So Chalker is a listener, big bonehead. He calls in every Friday.
Good
for,
dude. I'm a little pissed off I didn't see him.
I know. I don't
Yeah.
know where you were at that point. We grabbed
I
Tonelli
was getting
because you
yelled
were in
at
the
by
VL.
all-
Yeah, I was
Wife.
sharing a beer with him. He was drinking Michelob Ultra Light.
Oh
or
man, you
whatever it
gave him
was.
so much shit for that.
Like, dude,
Oh, I
he's
mean,
Mr. Pabst.
Well,
Mr.
that's all
whatever,
they sell there, though.
40
They don't-
ouncer
they don't
guy.
I
sell
know we
anything
didn't have a
else.
lot of options.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, Tonelli was
I'll-
not
I'll-
taking that.
I'll leave
as
him
an
off the hook on
excuse.
this one.
Yeah. But we got to meet Chalker. We got to cheers our beers and do the 40-ounce Friday with 20 ounces of beer. But either
he
way.
said
Well, he had 26, I think. Was it?
26?
25,
Oh,
25.
Okay,
25.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I only had 12.
Yeah.
Twice.
Shit. That was after the.
Twice, I saw
the
you
other
drink
day.
about 3 of them backstage.
All right, did we hit all of our points? We had like
Yeah.
a whole list of things we wanted to share with
Which is
the
cool,
boneheads.
just upgrading people too that day.
Oh, the upgrades.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you guys knew we did this. We ran out to the lawn and we found people and we did like
cool.
lawn to pit. So we grabbed, in one case, it was a family of 4 with two
Nice.
little boys, ages 10 and 11 maybe.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine the
First time
they
in a
had.
pit.
Yeah, at Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper. That's
They
a hell
lost
of a
their
week.
hearing after that show. They'll be suing you.
We are not responsible what happens in
Don't
the
tell
pit.
legal.
I know,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, don't get legal involved. But that was really fun. I think
Yeah.
we're actually posting a compilation video of that
Okay.
on social as well.
Cool.
So, anyway, we'll end with thank you for being there. It was the biggest crowd ever.
great
That was a
time.
great time.
The
So much
parking
fun.
lot
Crowd.
got shut down. My husband had to
Park in
drive
the
off
bush.
the highway and park in a bush. That's a true story.
I think it sounds better when you say he had to park in the bush.
he had to
That's
park
right.
in the bush. There
Parking
you go.
in the bush, dude.
Parking in the bush.
Do we start playing next year's Bone Bash now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Which is really a lot different because he and we were used to parking it in the rear. So.
Oh God! Well, that's true. We did used to have backstage access, but not this year. I had to
Nope.
just make sure I
Not- no
clarified
more.
that. Alrighty then. Make sure you subscribe on our YouTube. If you're listening to this on audio, we do have a visual component, which is probably not a great thing, but there we are. So
My new
107
hat.
Bone on YouTube. That is a snazzy hat. Did you just steal that from somewhere?
Yeah, the promotion department.
Well, thank you to the promotion department
Very
as well.
Kyle Shanahan
Oh.
like.
Massive thank you. I just want to say the real queen of Bone Bash is Andrea.
Yes.
Andrea Fox. She puts the whole thing together and busts her ass, and Mari and her entire team.
Yeah.
It was all hands on deck, and our team did great, but we couldn't do it without the Bonehead. So thank you for being there.
Love.
We love you so much, and we'll talk to you next week.
Woot woot.
Woot, woot.